Kia ora. It's a bit of a chilly start for us in New Zealand, but there's plenty of clear sky over us. You can see though out towards the Coral Sea there is this next active feature. Now that's staying away from us, but it is going to bring in some pretty strong winds and heavy rainfall towards places like Brisbane and the Gold Coast. It's Tropical Cyclone Alfred, and it is moving in that westward direction on towards the Queensland coast. So it has the potential to bring some pretty strong winds, some gales and some high seas and some heavy falls of rain. So well worth keeping up to date with the forecast over at the Bureau of Meteorology if you've got friends and family over in Brisbane. The good news for us in New Zealand is it is staying away from our shores, and we've got a much more settled story on this side of the Tasman. There is still an area of low pressure out towards the east. That's also pulling away. It's enough to bring a few more showers around that eastern coast for this afternoon, but you can see for most of us it's a dry and clear afternoon, and we keep hold of that as well as we head through the night time tonight and in towards the early hours of Friday morning. It will be a very cool one, it has to be said, especially across these central parts of the North Island. Taking a look at our temperatures as we head through the night, down to around about 3 degrees Celsius for places like Taupo, Taumarunui, that central plateau, but even in towards parts of Waikato, 5 degrees Celsius, and even if you're up in places like Auckland, it will be a chilly start today, first thing on Friday. Not quite as cool down south. We've got a little bit more cloud through the night time here compared to that really cold night we had last night, but I think still a cool start today, first thing on Friday. Let's take a look at how Friday pans out. Well, for the North Island, most of the island stays dry. There's a few showers around the eastern coast, but for the South Island, turning cloudy through the day with showers or spells of rain just pushing up from the south. But even these, I think, take their time to reach places like Christchurch, and most of the day, even in Christchurch, you'll be staying dry, but turning cloudier. For the North Island, most of the time, it's a dry, fine and clear one. It's a chilly start, especially for those inland parts of Waikato, Waitomo, the central plateau. But I think it stays dry and fine there. On this eastern coast, with the low pressure still out towards the east, it will wrap that cloud in. We might have a few showers in Wairoa just to start the morning, but they'll clear away. And even here, I think it returns into a pretty decent, fine afternoon. Great looking day in Auckland if you're looking for dry, fine, sunny weather. It stays pretty consistently well through the daytime, and down in Wellington as well. A bit of early cloud, but I think things should brighten up for you as well. In terms of our temperatures, well, we have got that chilly start, but with some daytime heating, highs back to around about 20 degrees Celsius in Taupo, and you can see across towards places like Waikato, 24. As we head through the nighttime, overnight Friday into Saturday, again, it's back down to single figures for many of us. It's a chilly night, but it's not as cold as we'll find first thing on Friday morning. So it's a cold night tonight, but tomorrow night, not as cold. Down on the South Island, well, again, there's plenty of dry weather to start the day, all the way from Nelson down towards, Timaru. As we go through the morning time, we'll find cloud feeds up from south and in towards Otago, bring with it some showers. And then towards the end of the day, that wet weather moves northwards. It's still fairly showery, so it's definitely not for everyone. But I think it will be a case that by the end of the day, we'll find showers running across those southern parts of Canterbury, and perhaps one or two as well across that western coast as well. If you're in places like Nelson or Blenheim, across many parts of Marlborough, it stays dry through the daytime. I think we'll just find a touch more cloud around that Kaikoura coast by the evening. In terms of our temperatures, well, it's not as cold to start with as we saw first thing on Thursday, but I think a chilly start still on Friday, especially for those more northern areas. We'll find as we head through the daytime highs back to around about 20 degrees Celsius, perhaps a little bit better in places like Blenheim, 21, 22 degrees Celsius, with a bit of an onshore feed of air though, and that air coming straight off the sea. Highs of just 15 or 16 for Invercargill and Dunedin. Looking ahead in towards the weekend, well, we'll find that cloudiest weather and those showers spreading northwards on towards the southern, particularly the eastern parts of the North Island during Saturday, up through places like the Bear Plenty, Coromandel, Northland, generally staying dry. We might catch an odd shower in Taranaki, but I don't think it's going to amount to an awful lot. I think most of the weather will be about the higher ground more than anything else, and generally the rainfall about this eastern side of the North Island. And if you're in those western areas, places like Waikato, I think you'll find it stays dry through Saturday and also for Sunday. For Sunday, we'll find those showers moving up into parts of Hawke's Bay and Tairāwhiti, some fairly heavy ones perhaps for a time about the higher ground. You can see we might catch an odd shower just clipping that northern coast of Northland during Sunday. But I think for most of us, it's a dry looking story on Sunday, especially for the South Island and for that western side of the North Island. That's it from me. There's more at metservice.com.